Hey there internet crowds, Cyrus the name and Deus Ex my game. Today it's time to take our well-deserved revenge on our brother. And this door still doesn't agree to be locked. Seriously, no. In the last episode the characters were giving me trouble, doing exactly the opposite of what I was asking them to do, and now the doors, even the door doesn't obey me. Seriously, what kind of a failure is JC in this world? Come on. Medkit right here. I think in the room there's nothing. Yep, there is. A whole bunch of nothing. So where you are, you little fucker?
Is this kill switch real? What's it going to do to you?
I'm afraid that's classified.
Well, come on.
Yeah,
I've heard talk
come
about a
on.
police raid.
Don't
Maybe they know
bullshit
you're
me.
here.
You've got to have God clearance to know. The nanites can be programmed for exponential growth.
There's a charger that
Oh,
can take us
so
to
it's
Hong
like
Kong.
kinda
You know Jock?
nano
First,
cancer?
you're the only one that can help. I need to send
Sounds
an NSF
strange.
distress code. UNATCO tracked Lebedev to the other NSF bases and to Silhouette in France.
I know, I was
Can't
here.
get you out of here.
JC, you've got to believe me. UNATCO takes payoffs. Silhouette, the other terrorist groups, they're our allies.
Yeah, the
You've done what you can for the
terrorists
rebels.
are
Let's go.
allies.
You want proof?
Come
Pay a
on,
visit
don't
to the
bullshit.
NSF headquarters. Down in the basement, protected by booby traps, a data cube sits on the edge of a table.
Booby!
My report to the militia leaders. Here, I have a photograph of the building. It's a couple
So
blocks to the west
there's
behind
an
the bar.
info cube with some
A lot of
text
people could die. My friend
typed
Chad, for
by
example, the leader of
someone I
Silhouette.
don't even know,
I'll check
maybe
out the
you,
facility, but I
and
can't promise
because
I'll
you
help the
typed
terrorists.
text
Be
in a
ready to
sort
leave for
of
Hong Kong when I
document,
get back.
this is an absolute proof that there's a conspiracy. Oh come on, you
I'm
gotta
sure
do
you're all right.
better than that
No
to
worse than a
convince
bad
me.
cold. What kills me is just
That they have this kind of power.
the power, yes, but the fact that it's been there from the beginning. A lot of things are starting to make sense. You remember Mom and Dad?
You think they knew?
Lebedev thought so.
They would never have agreed to anything like a kill switch.
Remember, I knew them longer than you did, and after what Tong showed me, I'm pretty certain we don't have a stitch of DNA in common with either of our
Yeah, that's
supposed
what they
parents.
said too, but seems a bit too much of a
They've
conspiracy.
opened up the street behind the bar.
Now, what I
The
found
NSF
real
base is on the
strange
other
with
side of the
Paul
tunnel.
Denton in this part of the game is that if you want to go further in the game, you have to do what Paul Denton tells you to do. In the rest of the game, you can follow, at least at the beginning of the game, you can follow whoever you want. Here, if you want to make progress in the game and not stop here, you got to believe Paul. And you basically, by the way, you cannot even kill him right now. I don't think there's any part in the game where you can actually kill Paul. But yeah, you have to do what he tells you to do. And I mean, he has no proof of what he's saying whatsoever. He's even less convincing than Lebedev was. And if you did not believe Lebedev and kill him, how is Paul supposed to convince you? I mean, is it because he's your brother? Because if that's it, well, you should have been convinced earlier, because he's been your brother for ages. It's not like he began to be your brother yesterday. So really, I don't get this part. However, the second dialogue with Paul that I already showed you, just when you talk with him for the second time, about your past is a bit more convincing, but just a bit, you know. What am I gonna upgrade? Modes? Yeah, the legs. Okay. So apparently we got to go to the NSF base behind the bar. The bar. Is he talking about the Underworld Tavern? I don't know. Let's do it. Okay. Let's go this way. This way. And oh, magic! The doors have just opened! Yay! because you know Paul Dantani has some kind of telekinetic powers, and when he says so, the doors open. Now, normally the explanation in the game is that it's the raid that UNATCO was planning on the NSF headquarters, but come on, it just happens right when you talk to Paul. You can spend whatever amount of time you want in Hell's Kitchen. If you do not talk to Paul, this is never going to trigger. But I guess you can't really to say something about it, because a lot of games has this kind of things, you know, that triggers only when you do specific action. It's just that Deus Ex is supposed to be so realistic and to give you so much freedom that it's a bit strange.
I thought they were shipping you off to Hong Kong.
That's another strange
What's
thing.
going on here?
Damage control. The NSF got their
All the
hands on
guys
some
at
pretty
UNATCO.
sensitive material.
Probably had something to do with my two-faced brother.
Nothing we can't clean up.
Mind if I take a look around?
Go right ahead.
Two strange things. Every soldier in UNATCO knows
What they say.
what you're
Always a
supposed
great
to
agent.
do. I mean, they all know your schedule. Isn't that some kind of top secret thing that you only talk with your boss? Now they all know what you're supposed to do. Or does that come from joke or
By
anything?
morning, you won't even know the
Oh,
terrorists.
strange. And the second thing is that you ask him, hey, I'd like to pass. Hey, I'd like to pass. And the guy just goes like, sure, no problem, I'm supposed to not let anyone pass, and you're the brother of a motherfucking trader, but whatever. Though he explained later, if you ask him, that he doesn't consider Paul as a traitor, so I guess there's a little justification.
You'll need to send a signal from the satellite dish on the top of the warehouse. If you're unable to hack the computers up there, you'll need the instructions and account information Lebedev sent me. One of our agents who tried to send the signal but got run off left the data cube in a secret area below the garage. Look for a hatch under some boxes. A computer on the 3rd floor can unlock the hatch.
So you're saying that a secret agent tried to tell you something. He didn't manage to, but he managed to tell you that he left an info cube in the basement. He managed to tell you that, but he couldn't tell you the information. Okay, sounds really, really clear.
Just keeping busy.
By the way, the soldiers are
We've got a lot
really
of work to
less cool than the guy who let you pass. They're a bit questioning what you're doing here. And yeah, that's the building I was telling you about. That's not exactly the same, but there's a lot of common points. Like, for example, there's a ramp and there's a door on the 1st floor, and if I recall well, on the other side it's also a mirror. And it's also a building with stairs, and it's also an open building. There's really a lot of common points with the building with the generator inside. Although supposedly it's not the same. You see, even that place looks exactly the same. Though there's a door here, whereas I think there was a door, 2 doors there in the other one. It's almost the same. Even the toilets are the same. Yep, secret code. That's why when I was in the generative building, I thought there was something in the women's toilets, because they really look like so much that sometimes I confuse them. Whereas I know they're not the same, but you know. Okay, I got my rockets. I think I'm full of energy. Yay! Already. But didn't cost anything to look. Bio. You might find a use for that if you're not good. Don't want the
But what's it for?
That's a dumb question.
No, really.
again,
What
an
do you want from me with
interesting
that kind of money.
Just look around.
politic
Think UNATCO is
thing
handing out assault guns
about
to funding the
philanthropy and
Well,
who Walton
The uniforms
Simon is
would be if
supposed
it
to be.
wasn't for
Basically, the
Simon,
troop
we'd still be
it
wearing those little
teaches
white
you that
helmets.
the troops consider Walton Simons to be a philanthropist who helped them a lot. That's not, well, that's not completely true, as you would have guessed already, because we've met Simons and you've noticed that he was nowhere close to be a philanthropist. I said crap. This is the door to outside and it's not a mirror. I guess I have to apologize now. Okay, login TG% password new revolution. That's to access the security logins. You might want to need that. In fact, you need that if you do not have, again, the IT skill. The IT skill, really, in this game, allows you to skip almost everything. But as I explained, it's kind of cheating, and it's really, if you upgrade it, you're really ruining your game, because almost half of the game disappears, especially the first part, which I think is the most interesting, because at the end it's only trying to kill people. There's far less secret, far less interaction, far less choices, just killing. Here is saying that there's gas in it. If you do not want, in fact, no, I don't even know why you would want the bio suit to get in there, because there's a button, not even hidden, to suck out the gas. Don't be silly, don't use this button, because it will make the gas come back. In fact, it stops the venting, so you don't want it. So it said person new revolution. Yep, and it allows you to open that secret door right here. You could spot it when we were down. There's a kind of a circle on the ground. It looks like it has been done with chalk or maybe white paint, I don't know. I'm not going to go all the way to the top, because we're going to have to go to the top anyway later. So I'll first go underground. And yes, again, there's a way to go underground in this place. Normally there would have been a ramp, and the underground looks exactly the same, or almost. Really, they're doing what they can to make you lost. I've never figured out completely how this part of the game is designed. There's a lot of way to screw with it, but you could hack it here, or you could go through there. I don't know, you do whatever you want, it's up to you. What am I gonna do? Got a lot of options. I still have a lot of coders, so I guess I'll hack this. Yuppie! Doesn't hack everything though. There's a way to go from here to here, just beyond the crates, but that is if you come from here, and we didn't. Okay, so here it's really simpler to go through. You just throw that, and you break everything down. That's cool. You also break this. Yep, some of these are actually doors that can be moved by using the security terminals. Crap! Was not fast enough. Yep, when you go through a wall, you're generally protected from the TNT. It's not always true though, and I'm screwing up. Okay, we're going to proceed in another way. That's no big deal. Let's put the crate right here, get more guns, wait for the cross to close because I don't want to miss my shot. Stand up, shoot, and hide. Yup, that worked.